Hello and welcome to another model railroad session. Today we're going to take a short work train over and pick up some ballast cars. I've been doing some work in Georgetown with ballasting, so I'm going to go there and pick up the empty cars, simulating actually using those cars to do ballast, which I didn't do, but we're going to simulate picking them up. So here we have engine 3665 with a caboose, nothing else. These guys are not connected, they're not coming with us. So this is a little different than other videos that I've done because this is not a scheduled train. So what I've done is I've issued a train order for this train to run extra. So this is a form template that I put together that I'm going to put on my website, but it is based on actual CN train orders, and it should be pretty much correct. So the header is it's a Form 19Y, train order number 2. You start with a different, start at 1 each day and go up till you finish writing them. I put today's date, but I modeled the year 1989, so that's why I put 89. It's issued to engine 3665 at Winnipeg, is where the train order office is. So on May 27th, that's today, engine 3665 work extra. So what that means is work extra means it can go in both directions. It doesn't have to go in one direction only. And extra means it doesn't have a train number, so it's not going by a schedule. So work extra at 1930, that's 7:30 p.m. until 2300, that's 11 p.m. between Winnipeg and mileage 56 reverse sub. So this specifically says that between the station Winnipeg and mileage post 56 on the river sub, he can work, so he can go back and forth, and he basically owns that track. So he can go back and forth, there's no problem. If I had set up here run extra, it means he can only go that direction. Run extra Winnipeg to mileage 56 is what it would say, and there'd have to be another train order to come back. So this train order covers going there and coming back, not protecting against extra trains. So normally you would have to be protecting against extra trains, so that if there are other extras around, you would have to be aware of them. In this case, he doesn't have to protect against them, he can just go. And if there are any other extra trains around, they will have to protect against him. So, and at the bottom, it's repeated, 1939, it's made by me, 1939, I'm also the operator, so I'm in both places. So normally, what would happen is the repeated would be the operator would issue this over the radio, the conductor would read this back and mark that it was repeated this time, and then the operator would say, yep, it's been made at this time, operator whatever, to say, yes, you repeated it back correctly, we're all good, and off you go. So the only other piece of paperwork I have here is I have the engine and caboose. No cars, I'm not carrying anything with me. So we're ready to go. Now we're coming into Georgetown. I'm going to stop here for a second just to talk. A couple of things you notice here. There's some ballast. I had quite a trouble with the ballast here. The first time I laid ballast down, I think the mixture of glue, white glue to water I had was way too watery. It didn't take, so I ended up vacuuming up most of the ballast. So that was disappointing. The other thing is here I've got a couple of ground throws. These are Caboose Industry ground throws. I haven't installed them at this end, but I'll show you at the other end that I have installed them there. And I really like the Caboose Industry ground throw. They're really easy to install and work pretty well and inexpensive. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down the other end and stick the caboose on the end of the cars that are in the siding, and then we'll come back around, hook onto the front end, and get out of Dodge or Georgetown. So here we are approaching the other end of Georgetown. So now we have a ground throw here. Flip it over and we're ready to go. Alright, so we're crawling along here to attach the caboose. You can see here there's another ground throw here for the Manitoba pool grain elevator. I haven't ballasted the pool siding yet. I'm going to use a different kind of ballast and a lot less of it because it's an industrial spur track and normally they're not ballasted very much at all. Alright, we're hooked on. I will get one of my handy dandy uncoupling things and put it to work. Managed to get it jammed in there. Let's see if we can get it out. Perfect. Off we go. Now we just have to run around and couple on the front end. So we're running past it on the main. See, we had 5 ballast cars here. Okay, we clear the switch. Come back. You can see over here I've got my destination tags. I'm kind of sorting them. Still not quite sure how I'm going to store them. I need to have a box or something for them, but I haven't quite figured that out yet. Alright, we're coupled up. Now at this point we got to do the pump up the air on these, release the handbrakes, and do a brake test before we go. So there's a few minutes of delay before we can leave. So at this time we're going to collect up our car cards. So I have the car cards for these. We've got the basically five hoppers. And I only had 2 destination tags because I didn't print enough of them. But we'll pretend they all say East CN to Winnipeg. So these will go with the train. Go with the engine card and our train orders, which are still valid. So we're all set for paperwork. And we'll say we're done our brake test and everything's good. So, time to go. And at the end we'll have to stop after we pass the switch to let the rear brakeman throw the switch back for the main. Oh, wrong way. See, I got confused there because I just recently changed the forward and reverse directions on this locomotive so that it runs long hood forward as it should, being an RS-18. But I'm still, in my brain, I'm still reversing it in my head. So I have to be careful when I'm using the throttle here when I want it to go long hood forward, I need to actually use forward on the controller rather than reverse. Alright, so once the caboose clears the switch, it'll stop, throw the switch for the main line, and then head back to Winnipeg. And that's the end of our video. So thank you very much. I hope you like the look of the ballast. It's I think a little bit of an improvement, and the next step is to ballast the sidings and to ballast CP. Thanks for watching. Come visit me at modeltraingeek.com.